Hello, everyone. I got the sequence right today. I managed to get us on the stream and not have us pop up in between everything. How are we all? Renata is feeling fabulous, aren't you, Renata?
I am absolutely on top of the world.
And Andrew gets the first award today. Hello, Andrew. Hot on the heels with Daniela. Hi, Wally. How are you? Did I get the time right this week? Hi, Leanne. Hi, Zener. The dogs are at the door. The postman must be there delivering something really awesome, or it's a bill. That's how it always goes. Today we have reached the end of the alphabet. We are hitting Z, and we are looking at Zener Cards. Has anyone heard of Zener Cards before? If so, give us a yes in the comments. It's something that I have actually been finding out a little bit about in the parapsychology course I've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And some parapsychologists absolutely say that they are fantastic and they still use them. And some parapsychologists say Zener Cards have had their time and they really don't sit in the realm of parapsychology anymore, which I found very interesting when I was reading my notes. So that is interesting.
I'm going to hold my tongue until we get to that aspect in the presentation.
That's awesome.
Because I know not to push Renata today. Going to be very kind. Hi, Robert. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Anne. And Celtic Dragon. Hello. And Natalie. Johnny. Hi. Welcome back. Leanne. Hi. Yeah, she's heard of them.
Sorry, Andrew.
He was hoping for zombies.
No zombies.
Never mind.
No.
Now, we thought everyone knows about zombies, so we thought we'd go for something a little bit more tangible that you might not know about.
But in saying that, guys, rush out right now and grab paper and pen.
Mm-hmm. While we're waiting.
Because we're going to be testing you in a minute. We're going to test you with some Zener Cards.
We've got some experiments.
Yeah. So rush out, grab paper and pen, because you will need it to write your answers down, and then come back. So we'll sit here for a moment and wait.
I could have got my ukulele out and sing them. Once a jolly swagman can buy a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree. That's should be our national anthem. Hi, the goat Jeff. How are you doing? Hi, Jody. And Jody, thank you for that beautiful comment you put up on our YouTube page. That was just beautiful. Thank you.
And Robert says, could have done a segment on Zach, although it would have only taken 5 minutes.
Oh, you're shocking.
So, guys, those that have joined, grab paper and pen. We're going to be testing you, doing some parapsychological work with you. After we have done this really brief introduction to Zener Cards. Hello, Patricia. How are you?
Hi, Tim. Yeah, Patrick's got his theremin out. He's theremin and played that with the kids today. They would have been fascinated. What I recommend, Patrick, is getting the Doctor Who theme and playing it, and then make sure you're I can't remember which mode it's got to go into, and you can play your theremin along with the Doctor Who theme. You just feel fabulous, except when you hit the wrong notes. Glad you're doing the Zener Cards and not, dare not say his name. Oh, yes. Zozo. Didn't we do Zozo somewhere the other day?
Zozo was on the list, believe me. Zozo was on the list, but I just could not be bothered.
Yeah.
Right.
So for those who have missed it on YouTube at the moment, if you want to have a look, it's Anne and Renata. That's our page. We put up a video that was from 2 years ago, probably to this very day, of us at St. Bridget's Well in Killarney, I think it was. And it was just such a special moment. And Renata teared up because it was overwhelming, the sense of beauty and magnificence and power within that site.
I had waited so long to go to Bridget's Well too, and to find out that we were so close. And sort of when we arrived, it was like, oh, it's at the end of this lane. But when we walked out and onto the side, it was palpable. You could actually feel the energy. And then we went to the church where they had a small area out the back where they would light a flame to Bridget, and we actually lit.
Oh, the St. Bridget's Church.
Yeah, we actually lit a flame out. At the
fire temple.
Well. So that was awesome.
And you've still got those. We brought back a something from there that had been burnt, so we could bring like bringing the flame back on a plane, but not bringing the flame back, if you know what I mean. We brought back something charred. All right. So, ridiculously beautiful. Although Renata, you left Anne behind. That was Glendalough, the monastery in Ireland. That was beautiful. Check out the St. Bridget's Well, Patrick.
Ireland was just
everything about Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland was just such a gloriously sacred place to be. No wonder the Irish talk with a song in their voice, because the land makes you want to do that. The butter does. I've never seen happier cows.
The butter is a problem. When we go, they try to hide their butter because we just eat all of it.
The butter and the bread. What type of bread is it? It's the
soda bread.
Soda bread.
Yeah.
Is a
Hi,
problem.
Debbie. It's a big problem. Patrick, there is no such thing as keto in Ireland.
No.
Oh,
no,
my
you
heavens.
Don't. We went for, I know we're segueing, but we went for a pub meal one night to this tiny little pub that we went, what's the meal where they've got bread and butter? And it was soup. They had soup.
Yes, that's right. We did.
So we had bowls of soup.
So we could get the bread.
And we said, can we have bread and as much butter as you can give us? And in the end, they actually gave us enough bread so that we could have it the next day for breakfast, because we were in this.
I found the photo. Oh, this could be awkward. Let's see if I can get it. That is the pile of wrappers left from us eating all the butter.
Oh, it was joyous. It was absolutely joyous. And in the morning, what we did is, happy cows, Johnny, absolutely. In the morning, what we did is at the back of where we were staying, and we got this place, this lodge, at this most amazing price. It was almost free.
We've pulled up and we've gone, have we got the right place? We haven't paid enough money to be staying somewhere like this.
And you go outside out the back, and outside at the back is a green, so green it hurts your eyes, green fields and cows, like lots of happy cows. And so in the morning, what we did was we made our coffees, we buttered our bread, and we stood out the back looking at the green grass and the cows and going, I think I'm in heaven. I'm tired and gone to heaven.
I'm so jealous, Joe. She grew up on soda bread and potato bread.
Oh. We've had friends who have made us potato bread specifically because I have asked for it, and you go, potato bread. How basic is that? But sometimes the most basic things give your heart the greatest joy because it connects you with the land. It connects you to your ancestral past. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what calls out to all of us. It connects us to our ancestral past.
Sorry, Johnny. Were they next to someone's pot patch? That's why they were happy cows. I saw a video of someone's dog that got into her butter. The other day, the dog was so stoned. Here goes the internet again. I don't know why it's playing up. I've shut down everything I can. Oh, actually, I might know because I've got the us streaming at the back there. I might go turn that off in a second. What's it called? Fadge. Potato bread is called fadge. I'd be careful. I'd be worried I'd get that wrong. Irish whiskey.
Yes,
hi, Michael.
We had to visit a few of those places to bring some special liquid home for our husbands, golden liquid. But yes, Ireland is one of those places that my heart calls back to, and really need to go there. But let's go to Zener Cards before the whole segment is over and we've just spent it talking about butter and bread. And I think everyone's just gone racing out going, I feel so hungry right now.
Hi, Anita. We only actually do the cards if we run out of time at the end, or if we have time left over at the end. This is our educational topic, and we're going to be talking about Zener Cards. So I'm going to pop that into the stream, and I'm hoping to heavens that it is still working. And let's see if I change that screen. Has it worked? Oh, look at that. First time today.
All right, so here are Zener Cards. So if you have never seen Zener Cards before, I will tell you a little bit of the history about them and why they are important and why they are part of what we look at when we look at parapsychology. And you have a set of 5 cards with a circle, a cross, wavy lines, a square, and a star. And this is to test your psi abilities or your perceptual abilities in parapsychology. We'll go to the next slide. These cards are used in a card guessing game to help test for the presence of ESP or extrasensory perception in an individual. They are also known as ESP cards and were devised by the perceptual psychologist Carl Zener. And here is Carl Zener.
Hi, Carl.
Hello, Carl.
Serious dude.
Thank you for leaving us these.
It's a little bit like Robin Williams.
These beautiful cards. So in 1937, a person could go to the newsstand and pick up a pack of these cards for 10 cents.
Now, imagine how much the original pack's worth now.
Wow. But these were no ordinary playing cards. They were Zener cards, developed to test one's friends for the presence of extrasensory perception or ESP. So it was like a card game at home that you could play with your friends. So Duke University perceptual psychologist Carl Zener, 1903 to 1964, designed the cards in the 1930s. What are you doing?
I'm just saying that Courtney's put up, if everyone could please share the live feed. So I was trying to point to where the thing says that down the bottom. That was all.
Designed the cards in 1930 for experimental ESP research with fellow Duke psychologist J.B. Ryan.
That's true.
And we actually do courses with the Ryan Institute now.
We do.
So that is alive and, going. And very much we suggest that you do some of the Ryan courses because they're fabulous. And Carl was actually asked specifically to create these cards. Now, after hearing Scottish author Arthur Conan Doyle give a lecture attesting to the scientific proof that one could communicate with the dead, Ryan became interested in examining ESPs, and he set up a laboratory to test subjects for psychic abilities.
Do you go into why they actually chose the symbols and why they didn't just use playing cards?
You can go on to that if you like.
I just wasn't sure if you covered it because I don't want to tread on Renata's toes. But she's got a bad neck.
I'm not sure whether I actually have that information.
Basically, there was too many variables within a normal playing deck. I think it all came about because there was some gambler that came into the Ryan Institute and said, I can influence how the cards fall. And he was using a normal playing deck, and they tried doing it with other people, and there was too many variables because you've got the ace through to the king in reds and blacks and hearts and diamonds and clubs and spades. So there was just too many variables. So they took it down to like a universal language of symbols rather than numbers and suits and colours.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Learned something from the course.
And I'll actually just spend a moment going over what ESP is, because for some of you, you may be hearing it for the very first time, and that's fine. So ESP, or extrasensory perception, is a collective term for various hypothetical mental abilities. I love they say hypothetical mental abilities like they don't really exist. These abilities, along with other paranormal phenomena, are also referred to as psi, PSI. So the major types of ESP are telepathy, the ability to read another person's thoughts, Clairvoyance, the ability to see events or objects happening somewhere else. Precognition, the ability to see the future. Retrocognition, the ability to see into the past. Mediumship, the ability to channel dead spirits. Psychometry, the ability to read information about a person or place by touching a physical object. And a closely related psi phenomenon, not technically a part of ESP, is telekinesis, the ability to alter the physical world with mind power alone. I want the last one. All of these abilities are based on the idea that human beings can perceive things beyond the scope of known bodily senses. And we are the only creature on Earth that can really kind of do this. Yep. This concept has been around since the beginning of human civilization under many different names, but the modern conception didn't develop until the first half of the 20th century. The term ESP itself was coined in 1934 by Duke University professor J.B. Rhine, one of the first respected scientists to conduct paranormal research in a university lab. So ESP believers around the world have different ideas of how these abilities manifest themselves. Some people believe everybody possesses these abilities and we involuntarily experience moments of ESP all the time. Others say only a handful of psychics, shamans, or mediums have the special power. That's because they want to be special, and that they can only access this power when they put themselves into a special mental state.
Can I just pinch that mouse just for a second because I need to get my phone, because I'm watching the comments via my phone and that doesn't need to be there, so I'll just take that back out. And Robert brought up a very interesting point there. I'll just get back up to that there. Was he part of the group that investigated the men who stare at goats or the real Stargate program? Not sure about that, but have you heard the sheep versus goats? You heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually developed by an Australian where they were doing some testing in psi phenomena, and they actually discovered that people who believe in the psi abilities performed better in the random tests, and they found that the goats who were skeptics and cynics performed worse than average, right? So the people who believed performed better than average, and the people who didn't believe performed worse than average. But do you know what that showed?
Bias.
Not only that, is that they were so biased against the whole experiment that they were influencing the experiment into the negative, which proved there is psi ability, because they were affecting the experiment to go to the negative because they wanted to prove that this was all bullshit. So they did that by using psi ability. Go figure. So they often refer to the sheep and goats experiment within parapsychology. I mean, the swing either way is not huge, but it is enough to go, hang on, what's going on here?
Well, they do. They also do they have things set up around the world where they have random number generators.
Yep, regs.
And at the potential for the world to actually, for humans to change events around the world is so huge that when major catastrophic events are about to happen, those random number generators churn out a
more zeros or more ones.
Yeah, more positive effect than a negative effect, which means that as a whole, we in the world, our bodies understand that something is about to happen.
Our body is reacting.
So our bodies are already reacting prior to the event.
Yeah.
So not only do we hold potentially ESP within ourselves, but as a whole race of people, we can actually affect and know that something, so precognition as well, events and affect events by being in the same mindset. That's why mindset work is so absolutely important.
Yes.
And that's why we get influenced by news and all of the things that are going on. If as a collaborative, we spent time in our minds being in that negative or positive sphere.
And that's true, Potable Tree. Those symbols are used in remote viewing training. That is exactly right.
Yep. So just finishing up the whole ESP thing, most believers think that everyone has a potential for ESP, but that some people are more in tune with their paranormal abilities than others. And look, the thing about this is we can create a better connection to our inner world and into the workings of the way we influence the world or can be in the world, but we have to place our minds there and actually work on it and work hard. Okay, this stuff can turn out to be quite magical, but the process isn't magical. The process is the hard work of focus and taking your mind off all of the things that really don't matter and placing your mind on the things that do matter. So not overextending yourself on minute problems and issues that really aren't going to affect you, which we love to spend a lot of time doing because that's just human nature. Part of the law of attraction work is this correcting mindset.
I like Ivy's comment here. One of my favourite scenes of a scary movie is when Cindy is explaining that she has a bad feeling about something and says, call it ESPN or women's intuition. But I can just sense when danger is around us, then walks into an object. ESPN. Of course, that's not ESP.
There has been work done on that as well. And there are many people who are involved in the armed forces and that also now have transferred their work onto protective work or protective work on others, where again they talk about the fact that the body will adjust itself and use its precognitive ability to sense danger before it actually happens. So this whole gut instinct thing that we sort of have boiled down to this notion of it's just a gut instinct is innate in all of us. It is a natural phenomenon that we have, but we don't use it anymore because we have the mobile phone that tells us what the weather is going to be.
I like Joe here, Celtic Dragon said, I think I'm as psychic as a brick. I used to say that all the time. It was my go-to thing because it actually made me feel safe. I didn't have to put myself out there and go, oh, well, no, I'm just as psychic as a brick. But the more you work in this area and the more you embrace it, the more you actually do have intuition and you've just got to listen to it.
Yep, that is absolutely true. Join my Rich Witch Club. You'll be learning about that.
I'm not even in it. There you go. I psychically picked it up from her.
But yes, again, the more you place your mind on a particular area or subject which you want to define and work through, the more you will find that you will really gain that knowledge and just be better at it. It's a learning thing. You have to open up to learning. That's all it is. We all have the capability of doing that. Absolutely. So one of Ryan's experiments involved cards, which came 25 to a pack. Inside were 5 cards, each of 5 different designs, a circle, a cross, wave, square, and a star, as you were shown, chosen because each had one more line than the other. The backside of the card had a blue background with a design and a Duke building on it. Although Ryan did much of the research, he had Zener, who we were talking about before, designed the cards since Zener was a perceptual psychologist. Now, what is perceptual psychology? Well, you may ask. It is a subfield of cognitive psychology that is concerned specifically with the pre-conscious innate aspect of the human cognitive system, perception. Perceptual psychology is particularly concerned with the mental processes one goes through and uses every day. Perception is such an important quality that we have, and perception is about how we deal with everything that we come across. How do you perceive it? How does your mind take that information and change it into dialogue and change it into some form of way of story of seeing the world? And a lot of perception boils down to our emotions and emotionally, how we have been brought up. This is getting really deep, and we're talking about Zener Cards, and how we are brought up to believe that the world is either a good place or a bad place. And that's what it boils down to, people. That is what it boils down to. Is the world a safe place, or is the world a horrible place where everything is going to literally kill you? And from that basis, you either are in a good place in your life or a bad place in your life.
Look what I got. I found it. I knew as soon as you said the cards with the blue back, I thought, I've got them. There they are.
Awesome. So in his experiments, Ryan would hold up a card with the backside forward and ask the subject to tell him what design was on the front of the cards. So this is as simple as the experiment got.
Something like that?
Yep.
What is it?
And we're going to test you in a minute. So he conducted tests in myriad conditions, seeking to remove outside forces that would clue subjects into what was on the card. So, for example, to remove shuffling errors, he used a machine to shuffle the cards. To eliminate the chance of card counting, he did not tell subjects if they were correct or not on a guess. To remove physical and facial cues, he put subjects and experimenter into different rooms. In one test, he put a high-performing subject and experimenter 250 yards apart. That is what we call blind testing, double and triple blind testing. So, yeah, pretty extraordinary.
Oh, Robert, there's a little bit of a conversation going on there. Ivy misheard you something about sexual something or other, and now Robert's onto the
perceptual. Perceptual.
But it could be
Ivy.
something to look into that you might be able to tell beforehand if it's going to be good or bad.
So Ryan himself claimed to have tested over 90,000 subjects with this experiment and came to the conclusion that ESP had been demonstrated and existed. Those who have tried to recreate his experiments found that the circumstances were not as controlled as they perhaps should have been, such as how the cards are shuffled. It also was found that under the right lighting, the outline of the image could be seen through the back of the card. This was rectified by blackening out the back of the card, which kind of, you get these sort of things now.
And then you've got the whole thing with reflection in glass and all that sort of thing happening too.
So, however, for this and many other reasons, Ryan copped quite a lot of criticism for making such a bold claim, and some even claimed that there was some cheating involved with sitters taking visual cues from the tester. Over time, his methods of controlling the experiment improved, but like anything in the paranormal, people were skeptical, and the scientific and skeptic community were not convinced that it was anything more than a random game of odds. It is to be expected that these experiments will meet with a considerable measure of incredulity.
Didn't believe it.
Yeah. Non-belief.
Incredulity.
Pardon me. But this reaction is as old as this history of science. Yeah. The results themselves indicated that certain people were capable of getting results well above the baseline, which a lot of researchers believe is an indication that ESP ability is present. Now, Jane B. Ryan's wife, Louisa, which is why this lovely lady's picture is here, also played a part in his research, working with special cards that test telepathy in children. Her findings were published in a journal of parapsychology in 1937. The Zener cards are a deck of 25 cards, 5 of each symbol. The 5 symbols are a hollow circle, a plus sign, 3 vertical wavy lines, a hollow square, and a hollow 5-pointed star. They are used to test ESP. In a test for ESP, the experimenter picks up a card in a shuffle pack, observes the symbol, and records the answer of the person being tested, who would guess which of the 5 designs is on the card. The experimenter continues until all the cards in the pack are tested. Poor shuffling methods can make the order of the cards in the deck easier to predict, and the cards could have been inadvertently or intentionally marked or manipulated. Also, if you're really, really good and you say to people, I'm going to do 25 cards, people can actually count the number of circles and waves and things that have already come up. If you're telling them, after each card what the result is, and then work out what is left over. Yeah. Ryan's experiments with Zener cards were discredited due to either a sensory leakage or cheating or both.
And the fact that people didn't want to believe that it might be true, because the what do you call it, with the repercussions of somebody actually being able to read your mind or look into the future for governments and nations would be a total disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want people believing in it, and they will go to all lengths to discredit it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So probability predicts that these tests result for, or the test results for a test of 25 questions with 5 possible answers, if chance is operating, is most people, 79%, will get between 3 and 7 correct. Probability is a more precise calculation. So remember, we're testing 25 questions. Most people will get between 3 and 7 answers correct. That's probability. The probability of guessing 8 or more correctly is 10.9%. And yeah, that's higher than chance. The chances of getting 15 correct is about 1 in 90,000. 1 in 90,000 will get more than 15 cards correct. And guessing 20 out of 25 is a probability of 1 in, wait for it, 5 billion.
Wow. Everyone, make sure you've got your pen and paper ready, or pencil and paper, something to write with and write on.
Now, there are random Zener card tests online if you wish to play, and if you wish to actually heighten your abilities, you can actually find places online that will allow you to do random Zener card tests.
Yes, you're correct, Andrew. The KGB did put money into the remote viewing, as did the USA, and they had some success with it too.
They won't tell you how much success they had.
No, they don't want you to know.
I want to tell you that they had lots of success, but they won't tell you.
No, because they don't want the everyday person to have that ability, because then you would know what the governments are doing, and you'd know the bullshit that's going on around the world. And let's face it, nobody wants you to know their innermost desires and secrets.
All right, so I have cards here. I'm going to choose 10 off the top. So I'm going to count out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what I'm going to do, and I'll have to take my glasses off for this, so there is no reflection in my glasses. I learned that lesson very, very early on, that people want to cheat and look into your glasses for the answers. And in this test, what I am actually going to do is I am actually going to be looking at the image as well, and then I will place the card down. And then at the end of the 10, we will reveal.
Now, which are the 10 that you've chosen?
These are the 10.
Can I have the other ones over there? Because I just want to be able to hold up for people what they've got to choose from.
Well, we can go back. We can go back to this picture here. These are the symbols. You may want to write them down somewhere on top. So wavy line, star, circle, square, and cross. These are your symbols. Just hold this up. Okay. Yep. So there you go. Wavy line, circle, square, cross, star. They're your symbols. I'm not going to give you a lot of time between each card, because what you need to do now is focus on the back of the card, and really whatever comes to mind first, take that. Don't allow yourself to second guess. When you start to second guess, normally your image will change, right? Because your conscious mind is now stepping into the picture and saying, "You're wrong, pick something else." And normally what we would do also to heighten this is to work in a state of deepening first. So we would put you into a deepened state so that you can connect with your subconscious mind. We don't have the time to do that. We might do this at another on another live if you guys want to play. So in the end, what you will have is you will have 10 answers, and make your answers the picture. Don't put star or box.
It's TAR.
Don't write it. Make it the picture. All right, that it's just going to be easier, and don't make any changes. And there is no right or wrong. We're playing here. All right. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look at the image. So not only are you getting the card, you can actually telepathically read my mind. So we all ready? All right. So first image. Sending. Second image. Sending. Third card coming up. Sending. Fourth card. I know they're really quick. All right, got that. Card number 5, we're halfway through. Card number 6. Card number 7. Breathe, everyone. Card number 8. Card number 9. And card number 10. Right. How do we all go? How was that?
I think that's the quietest I've ever been. I can do it.
All right. Now we're going to check our answers, see how you went. First card, star.
Now hold it.
Second card, cross. Third card was star. Fourth card, circle. Fifth card, star. Sixth card, cross. Seventh card, wavy lines. Next card was the star again. Get 8. That's 8. Star.
Day.
9, square. And last card, square. So add up how many you got, right? Sorry, Faye. This is a little bit different. Pop up how many you got right.
So what we're doing here, Faye, is we are using the Zener Cards to see if people have psychic abilities, with Renata projecting those symbols around the world or through the internet to see how people go. Zener did well. Look at that. Desley. Ivy. Ivy's a 0. That's okay. Desley got 4. That's pretty good.
How
Robert,
much time
2.
we have got?
And this does not mean that you are psychic or you are not psychic. It is just a tool. Andrew, you can't have a bout. Add them up. But 3's not bad. That you got a 3rd
average.
correct. And so you had a 1 in whatever it was chance. How many symbols? A 1 in 20 chance, 1 in 5 chance of getting the symbol correct. And you've got that 10 times. So that's actually pretty good. You get 2 to 3 would be average.
So Jody, yeah, go grab a glass of wine, and we're going to run this experiment again. But I'm going to give you a 2-minute deepening, 2-minute deepening, and then this time what I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to look at the cards because my sending signals might be really sucky, and that may have caused interference in how you're picking up the symbology. So I'm actually just going to do this the next time, and I'm not going to even look at them. So we're going to run this again. Quick, Jody, get your wine, and we will come back in 30 seconds. And what I will do is I will do a deepening for you.
Oh, we've got a scammer on! In the meantime, while you're just getting ready.
Oh,
hello, Katie Lean Abbas.
Boy, aren't you in the wrong spot, Katie Lean?
We're using our psychic abilities today to find out exactly where you are in the universe. And I'm thinking you are in Indonesia somewhere. And you are trying to extract, using psychic abilities, you are trying to extract wealth from our people. And we don't appreciate that. Scammer, be gone. I'm just going to block, delete comment, block user. Bye.
And that was magic.
That
right
was
there. That was magic. And we
Oh, somebody wanted to repeat it. Never mind.
All right. Okay.
I'm just going to go and get you do the deepening while I go.
Oh, Dana, only 5 correct. Excuse me. That's pretty awesome.
That is way beyond average.
Don't be saying only. Oh, dear. Okay, so we're going to run this again once the hounds stop outside. And I'm going to pop you into a bit of a deepening, a 2-minute deepening here. And so this allows you to extricate yourself from the outside world and bring yourself into the subconscious. So we're going to awaken the subconscious mind. So those that are listening right now, can you please just close your eyes? You don't need to look at me. Just close your eyes just for a moment and continue to listen to my voice. And I would like you now to take a very deep breath in. And as you take this deep breath in, I am going to be speaking to your subconscious mind. The mind that sits below the monkey mind that talks to us continually and tells us all the wrongs, prepares us for danger. There is no danger here right now. So we can really deepen our thought processes and deepen our connection to all that is around us as we breathe in and out, taking ourselves deeper and deeper into our subconscious mind, into the layer of ourselves that is always there, connected with the world. And as you continue to breathe, with each deep breath that you take in, you're taking in the knowledge of the world, you're expanding your awareness, and you're allowing yourself to believe in this moment in time that you are psychic, that you are deeply connected, that you have knowledge that knows no bounds. You are allowing yourself to feed your mind these thoughts. You are completely connected. You have a mind and a knowledge that knows no bounds, and that you have extrasensory perception. I'm taking you into a place of deep awakening, allowing your subconscious mind to raise up and to speak to you right now, to allow the thoughts that come to be positive, welcoming, and powerful. And with each deep breath that you take in, you are filling yourself up with the energy of the universe and allowing your connection and your perceptions to be deeper and stronger than they ever have been before. Again, another deep breath in, and your perceptions are to be deeper and stronger and more connected than they have ever been before. One more deep breath, guys. Deeper, stronger, more aware, more perceptive, more powerful, more connected than ever before. Okay, open your eyes now. We should actually be feeling super cool right now. I actually felt everyone's energy coming towards me and being here. So that was awesome. I hope you're all feeling that energetic shift, because there was one. All right, I want you to sit in that belief. I have shuffled the cards, and once again, I'm going to count out 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And thank you all for staying with us, those people that are here and playing along. It's awesome. Don't be angry, Zener. Anger just negates everything that has been done. So bring your energy back to a good central place. Just bring it back in and think a happy thought at the moment, okay? Put yourself into a space where you are 10 years old and you're playing a game. This is a game of fun, all right? So let us begin, pen and paper in hand. And again, what we are going to do is we have these symbols that you're working with, and we'll hold them up. Anyone playing along? Wavy lines, star, circle, square, and cross. And easy enough, draw the picture that you are seeing. So you are visually seeing symbols. Symbols. Symbols are hard for people, but symbols are the language of the subconscious mind. That's how we get our dreams. We get our dreams in symbology. So symbols are really what we are connecting our subconscious mind with here in this. All right, so ready. First card. Choose. I'm not looking at them this time. This is up to you. Card number 2. Put it out here. It's easier. Card number 3. Card number 4. Card number 5. Card number 6. Card number 7. card number 8. Card number 9. Lucky last, number 10. All right. Now, before we go on to the answers, I'm really interested to find out whether you actually found that way easier or harder. Can you just write that down in the comments? Did you find that it was harder to pick up on the symbols this time around than it was the first time, or easier to pick the symbols up the first time, or whatever? Let us know. Was it harder for you this time or easier for you this time?
Lorraine, hello. How are you? Jodie said it's harder. And I apologise for my puppy dogs barking. They're very excited when the postman comes anywhere near our fence.
So easier or harder will be interesting for you, because it also gives you information about how you receive the message. Remember, in the first round, I was actually also sending the symbol to you. So you may actually find that you are influenced by telepathy. If this was easier for you, then you don't need people to actually send messages for you. Your perception will be able to pick them up. Desley, your eyes felt really heavy because you were going into a hypnotic state. I was sending you down into a hypnotic state if you were listening to the deepening. So you would probably make a really great subject for hypnosis. If there is anything bothering you or anything that you want to stop doing, as in some form of or fix, hypnosis is or hypnotherapy would be, not stage hypnosis, but hypnotherapy might actually work really well for you.
You're waiting for the answer.
Yes, all right. Okay. All right, so let's go. Card number 1, square. Card number 2, circle. Card number 3, cross. Card number 4, square. Card number 5, cross. Card number 6, cross. Card number 7, star. Card number 8, star. This will really get you. Card number 9,
ooh,
star.
See, the logical brain would have kicked in and people have gone, oh, I couldn't possibly have 3 stars in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. And last card, wavy line.
So I'll go through that again. Square, circle, plus, square, plus, plus, star, 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 wavy lines.
Okay, let us know how many you got right and whether it was a better result than the last time.
Thank you, Drew. 3. So that's about average. 4, a little bit above average, and you've got consistent results, which is cool. So Deborah improved with that one.
Oh, Johnny, 5 out of 10. Awesome.
Interesting. They tried that with and without the hearing aids. Maybe with hearing aids in, your senses don't have to concentrate so hard trying to hear, because I wear them too. So I know that I try to, when I don't have them in, I'm straining so hard to listen that some of my other brain function will diminish. So maybe by wearing the hearing aids, it's actually allowed you to release that aspect of the brain to work harder. That's an awesome score. Telepathy +1.
Awesome.
Festive 5. Hey, well done, Tim. And you're learning something about yourselves, is that you now know, to, if that was better for you, to enter a meditative state before you try to do this work, or otherwise just go for it. But this is something that can be developed. Is that correct, Renata?
Yes, it absolutely can. Number one, what you're developing is actually getting in contact with your subconscious mind. So that's the first big hurdle to actually get into a state where you allow yourself to bypass your mind and go deeper down and really, really make a connection. So can being tired affect results? Absolutely. Absolutely. Dana, awesome. 6 out of 10.
Wow.
That's freaking awesome. Really well done. Really well done. You're certainly showing a clear talent for that. And again, look, this was a one-off test. For some of you, it may have been the very, very first time you've actually done anything like this. So, wow, awesome. And thank you, like I said, again, for putting yourselves out there and having a go at this. Like I said, if you want to test further, there are random Zener card generators online. You can sit there and do it to your heart's content. You may throw your mobile phone at the TV or at your
Please don't
at the
break
wall
anything.
when you get frustrated with it. But it's actually fun. And what it is teaching you to do is teaching you to focus. And that is the most important thing, to take yourself into your mind and just remove everything else and just focus in on one particular subject at a time, which is an art form in itself. So we hope you have enjoyed today, our little talk and exercise on Zener Cards. They are still being used. You were going to say something about Zener Cards and their influence in the parapsychological field before?
Yeah, I did. I told you about the gambler that came in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But they have actually decided that in the parapsychological field, the cards and the random event generators, the regs as they're known, none of this crosses over into the real life world. So you can sit there and try and guess cards, and you can sit there and try and influence machines and things, but it's not actually working in the field, which is what it was meant to be all about, and the spirits and the ghosts, and they are trying to vary their research now. Like there's a current one at the moment, I can't remember who the man is doing, but they're actually doing it on precognitive work on telephone calls. You know how you know when someone's about to call? Well, they're actually doing tests to see whether it is a real thing or just a random thing. Like they say, you might just happen to have been thinking of that person at the time when they called. But how many other people do you think of during the day and they don't call? So is it actually a psi thing, or is it, just a random thing that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Celtic Dragon, yes, absolutely. If you are a creative, it does work better. Symbology does work better. If you are analytical, you need another series of tests. It's a different series of tests. Symbology is not going to work well.
Oh, you want to go down to the beach at Nora Head? What was it, Jenny Dixon?
Yeah.
Don't like the stairs. You've got to get the tides right, as we found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are lots of variables, and all of these things, as Anne said, what they do not include is emotion. And that's what we found is a great part of people who will actually get better results if there is an emotional content to it. We actually bought a set of cards that have emotions on them rather than symbols. So a smiley face, an angry face, a puzzled face, for example. And if we can send the emotion out rather than just a symbol that hasn't got emotion attached, there are people who will actually do much better at that test. So we might try that at some point in time, because those cards are sitting somewhere and haven't been used, and try that and see. So all of these different perceptual tests are awesome games, but they will also teach you more about yourself too.
So that wraps up the ABC of strangeness, paranormal strangeness. And we were talking last week about trying to go to a different area rather than just the paranormal strangeness. And we did mention superstitions, and people seem to like that idea. So what do you reckon, Renata? We'll give it a crack, see if we like it.
Yep.
All right, so next week we'll start off the ABC of superstitions. I hope you come back and join us. And thank you so much for all those people who have participated today. It's been an absolute hoot. We've gone a bit over time. We better get off. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch all the stuff going down there as well. What's the message we say as we say goodbye?
See you on the dark side.
Bye, guys.